Judy Alvarez isn't just another Cyberpunk side character. She's a fan favorite.
Righto.
In fact, she's the heart of that badass gang of only Chooms chilling out at Lizzie's. She's also one of Night City's most talented Braindance editors, and for a lot of players, she's also one of your first Night City heartbreaks. A fact that my male v elitists know too damn well. But here's the thing, whether you took her down or not, most players barely scratch the surface of who Judy really is. And the truth? She's got layers.
Enough already. Gonna make me barf.
So today, we're skinny dipping into the little details that make Judy Alvarez one of the most complex characters in the game. So damn complex. From secret smiles and hidden dialogues to a freaky little tramp stamp that I know y'all didn't catch. So strap on that Mr. Stud. These are 6 secrets you missed about Judy. 1. What if I told you something big? What if I told you that Judy Alvarez does something weird when you walk past her window? Hear me out. We all know how important Judy is to the main story. She's the one who hooked you up with Ev, she's the one who helped you save Ev, and she's the one who managed to shag the Tiger Queen Maiko. She puts up an incredibly tough exterior, but the truth? It's when the gig markers fade that her true character really shines. And one of the weirdest details can be found in her little suburban apartment.
Like what?
See, Judy's home is at the eastern end of Watson, and you'll often catch her leaning on the window, gazing out at the Night City skyline. Clearly, she's lost in her thoughts like a gonk addicted to OnlyFans. But get this, something weird happens when you walk past the street below. If you walk across and zoom in, you'll find that Judy actually responds. She sees you, she looks your way, then of course, she leans back and smiles.
Oh, hey.
It's a blink and you'll miss it moment. Through that tough guarded exterior, our Hispanic queen can't help but flash a grin when her favorite merc rolls around. It's a touch that makes Night City feel more alive, and for Judy, a bit more human.
Ooh, yes.
But that's not all. Judy's full of other hidden interactions you missed. For example, 2. What if I said you can actually perv on Judy? And her response? Well, you would never guess.
Don't go there, dude.
Pyramid Song is the name of Judy's personal quest, and it's one of the most emotionally charged gigs in the game. Here, Jude will take you skinny dipping in the submerged town of Laguna Bend, her childhood home. Now, just a creepy underwater ruin thanks to the corporations. And during this, she'll sink your brain to hers to film footage of the dive. But what does that mean? Well, it means that with the neural link, Jude sees what you do. She'll do early calibrations during the dive, and it's here that you can make like an R-rated Ariel and get a little freaky under the sea. You can actually swim around back and peek at the back porch of Judy's body. But of course, she'll notice. And she'll react differently based on your biological ethnicity. If you're male V, she'll bark and tell you off, treating you like a creep caught on a crowded Tokyo subway.
Like the view.
But if you're female V, things change. She's more playful, clearly finding it flattering that you're enjoying her luggage from the Lord.
Enjoying the view?
Whoa. You see what I see, like, in real time?
Oh yeah, I see everything.
Oh, sorry.
What? Don't be.
Damn! In a game as heavy and dark as Cyberpunk, details like this are pure gold. Judy calling you out or cheekily letting it slide make her feel like a real person with boundaries and a sense of humor. But it's also more. The secret window smile, the underwater I saw that, they're all just the beginning. Judy's got deeper stories to tell, some literally etched on her skin.
Oh, no way.
3. Do you know the secret of Judy's tattoos? Trust me, they're deeper than you can imagine. At first glance, Judy's body looks like she wrestled a damn Sharpie demon. She's a walking exhibit of ink. I'm talking roses, a mock symbol, and designs that even reveal her love flavor. But guess what? Every tattoo on Judy's body has a meaning. Even that hidden tramp stamp that I know y'all never noticed. Take the number 13 tatted on her left arm. Just beneath are the words, "There was nothing to fear, nothing to doubt." If that rings a bell, then hit that sub button to support a fellow music nerd. Those are lyrics from Radiohead's Pyramid Song, also the same name from Judy's big diving gig. A nod to her time at Laguna Bend, a badge from one of the happiest and most tragic moments of her past. But there's more. On her right arm is another line, "Underwater where thoughts can breathe." Recognize it? Those are lyrics from Parallel Universe, another hit song by Will Ferrell and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Underwater where thoughts can breathe easily. It's most likely a nod to her love for diving. Beneath the waves, the noise of Night City fades, and it's here that Judy can finally breathe. But here's the best part. Not all of Judy's ink is poetic. Some tats are like permanent records of her biggest life events, including stories that you might not have ever caught. For example, ever notice that tiny fire truck under her neck? That's random as hell, right? Judy's not affiliated with firefighters in any way. I don't even think I saw a firefighting truck. Wait, bro, have we ever seen a firefighter truck in Cyberpunk? But the truth? They're on her computer telling the story. It seems that when Judy was 16, she found a busted fire truck and decided to fix it up. Because yes, why play with dolls when you can play with cats and heavy machinery? Damn. She spent half a year getting the truck up and running, and then she took off and took it for a joyride. But the twist? The NCPD busted her ass immediately, accusing her of stealing city property and sending poor Judy off to detention. Judy tried to fight the charges, but even the best attorneys couldn't help. So of course, she lost, and the tat's a reminder that she wouldn't never forget. But there's more. On the side of Judy's neck is another stylized V. There's even the number 13, almost likely a tribute to the Mox leader Lizzie, who passed on May 13th. And if you get up close and personal with Judy, you might even spot the lioness on her belly, a cheeky symbol of her pride, but even more, a not so subtle nod to her sexual orientation. Rawr. Judy wears her heart on her sleeve and her memories and stories on her skin. But to really know Judy, you gotta step into her world completely, and that means visiting her home.
Believe it when I see it.
4. Here's everything you can learn about Judy from her home. Yes, her quaint little apartment out in Kabuki. Every piece of Judy's ink tells a story about her past, but her present, that's all best seen in the place she calls home.
Yup.
See, Judy's apartment is packed with personality and also a few surprises. In fact, true anime weebs might get deja vu just from walking up the damn stairs. Why? Well, the entrance is the inspiration for Lucy's apartment from Edge Runners, a cool little Easter egg that ties the game to the show. But that's not all. After finishing the gig talking about a revolution, you get free reign to poke around her apartment, and here you'll find many little items that you can scan and examine, with snarky side comments from Keanu Reeves. For example, Judy owns the entire collection of Bushido X, Cyberpunk's equivalent to the Fast and Furious movies.
They're the Bushido X posters. My idea basically, or my reference point, was Fast and Furious. Like, I wanted to make like a Cyberpunk 2077 version of Fast and Furious series. That's why it gets to like some ridiculous extent, you know, at some point.
She even has posters of electropunk band Peralez Future, to which Johnny will no-clip in and immediately trash.
Peralez Future. Electropunk? I'd rather puke out my ears.
You can even scan Judy's workbench, and Johnny himself would spawn in and say a few words.
Dabbled in robotics.
Now that's f***ing Shimra. Think that's how she winds down?
After a day's work of tuning hardcore smut, wouldn't be surprised.
So, exploring Judy's apartment isn't just snooping, it's deepening your understanding of her character. Judy's living space is an extension of her identity, but her impact doesn't just stop at her door. She's quietly shaping other stories, even when you're not looking. 5. What if I said Judy secretly set up one of the biggest cyberpunk side jobs? And what if I said it was like peak 2018 K-pop, all BTS, behind the scenes? See, Judy isn't just central to her own story. She's also the invisible hand in other gigs you might not have realized. Remember Lucy Thackeray, that Ripper doc you saved from Maelstrom in Northside? Well, Judy actually called her when Ev was having bath time, and she was going to come by for an emergency house call. Obviously before Ev kicked the damn bucket, but there's more. Remember the gig I Fought the Law? You know, that one where Elizabeth and Jeff hire you to look into the mayor's death? How do you think you got that job in the first place? Sure, it could have been your smile, you little cutie patootie you, but really, surprise, surprise, it was all thanks to Judy.
Hey, don't mention it.
In emails, you'll find that Liz reached out to Judy directly. They needed a top-notch merc for a delicate investigation. Her husband helped the Mox before, and she was reaching out now to return the favor. But at the time, Judy's life was in shambles, literally. Likely dealing with the nightclub drama and mourning her best friend. So she couldn't take the gig, but she did the next best thing possible. She recommended you.
I'm the best netrunner in town, after all.
In one message, you'll find that Judy recommended a merc, known quantity at the afterlife, one who does preem-tier work, and their name? V.
Name's V.
It's thanks to Judy that Liz finally contacts you, kicking off the whole Blue Eyes conspiracy that'll trigger all my cyberpunk schizo chooms. But that's not all. If you give Judy a call after the job's complete, she'll even ask how it went.
Oh, before I forget, some lady called me, Elizabeth something, said she had a job for someone with an eye for virtues. Told her to drop you a line.
Ugh, what a dumpster fire of a case. I'd rather hear about you.
These background scenes show that Judy deeply cares, and not just when she's in the spotlight. She's always looking out for her chooms and steering eddies their way, extending her role beyond her own story. 6. What if I said that the biggest megacorps are trying to hire Judy Alvarez? And her response? Typical Judy. Judy Alvarez may work in the shadows connecting people, but when it comes to braindances, dude, she's not just a player, she's the queen.
Gosh, thanks.
Let's not forget, Judy Alvarez is a virtuoso braindance editor, one who can splice together memories like Mozart composing a symphony. And she's so good that while you've been banging her, the biggest Night City networks have been banging on her door trying to get her on their team. For example, peek into her computer and you'll find offers from major studios, ones you'll even find and hear throughout the city. You'll even find one from Network 54, the biggest American megacorp broadcasting news in the NUSA. But Judy, she's not a sellout. Her reply to these golden offers is even more golden. 3 simple words: stop messaging me. Classic. In fact, Judy's reputation in the braindance scene is so legendary that she's even published some articles, guest editorials that you might have missed if you didn't pick up the shard and read. In one, Judy argues that in the rush to make braindances polished and pure, editors cut out raw emotions, things that make these experiences feel real. Why do people seek out these explicit braindances or XPDs? Maybe it's not just for the kinky thrills. Maybe it's because these black market edits leave in the messy human noise that you can't find anywhere else. Deep, right? These backstories show that Judy isn't just mechanically gifted, she cares about the art. She's a one-of-a-kind character who chases authenticity in a world obsessed with artificial perfection. Judy's one of the best at what she does, and she stays true to herself and her roots, working on her own terms, then trading it for a cushy corporate gig. All these details we've explored, from the hidden tattoos, the Easter eggs in her apartment, to even the secret emails, they all come together to form one of the most memorable Cyberpunk characters. CD Projekt Red gave Judy so much more than a cool-ass haircut and a couple of one-liners. They gave her a personality gamers can connect with. She's real, resilient, and she reminds us that even in a city of chrome, it's the human connections that matter most. So thank your favorite editor, bonus points if it's in damn Spanish. And thank you, you amazing chooms, for sticking around for another Cyberpunk video. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and consider becoming a member. It'll help me marry my own Pan Am, who I'll put up right here. My beautiful Pan Am, y'all, my Aurora, my songbird. She's low-key kind of feisty like song. Love y'all. Peace. See you for the next one. Love you guys. Seriously, you're amazing. Love you all.